Hey, my fellow investors, it's that time of the year where I go through my entire portfolio and the dividends I've collected. Now, for those of you who are new to this channel, I invest $1,200 every single month between dividend-paying stocks, index funds, and I also put some money in mutual funds. Then a small portion I invest in growth stocks. Now that is an increase from $1,000 I was investing last year. Now for those of you who don't know what a dividend is, this is the money paid typically quarterly by a company to its shareholders out of its profits. I want one day to retire off dividends. I've always said that, and the only way to do this is by investing on a consistent level. And I also feel like before you begin this journey, for those of you who are new, you need to ask yourself, what kind of investor are you? Are you a day trader or a long-term investor? Because that's going to give you an idea of what kind of stocks to add to your portfolio. Now, talking of short sellers, what a crazy week it has been in the stock market. Now, we saw the GameStop stock skyrocket in a span of a few days. Now, for those of you who don't know what just happened, I'm going to break it down in the simplest way possible, because it won't make any sense going through this video without going through what just happened. Plus, most of the stocks I hold are in red thanks to what just happened with GameStop. I mean, unless you're holding GameStop, most of the stocks you're holding in your portfolio should be a little bit in red. So if you've been following the stock market, or you've been following GameStop, you know it has been struggling thanks to the pandemic and the general trouble in the retail world. So if it was struggling, how was it able to skyrocket so fast? Now this has to do with hedge fund guys. So a bunch of hedge fund guys, because of how the stock market works, were able to bet that GameStop will fail in a way that earns them money. I mean, this is what they've been doing, but this time they got screwed over. So on the other hand, a bunch of Redditors in a group called Wall Street Bets bought a billion gazillion GameStop shares in order to screw over those hedge fund guys. And they did this with apps like Robinhood, which ended up screwing us even over if you try to buy stocks yesterday. But because Robinhood makes it easy to trade stocks, a bunch of these Redditors were buying stocks using Robinhood. I know some of you are like, what does that have to do with what just happened? Maybe I can explain this in a more simple way using short sellers and how it works. So say your friend has a book which is worth $10, and you ask to borrow that book and promise to give it back to them in 10 days. You then sell that book to someone else for $10 because you are betting that in 10 days you'll be able to buy that book for a cheaper price. So in 10 days you go back to this guy, you sold the book, you buy the book back for $4 and return the book to your friend. Now you see how you have made $6. So you brought the book, which is not even yours, you sell it to someone else for $10, then you manipulate the market. Then you go back and buy the same book for $4. Then you take back the book to your friend and you've made $10 out of nowhere. So that is how the hedge fund guys make their money, because they're betting they're going to manipulate the market. Then in the long run, you're going to sell when the prices are lower, and then they're going to buy it back and sell it back to you when they're higher. I don't know if that makes sense. Now imagine that book is actually a stock of a company. But if in a span of 10 days, that book, instead of going down, goes up by $1,000, that means you have to buy that book back. You have to pay $1,000 to buy it back so you can give it back to your friend. So what the Redditors are doing is basically pumping even more money so that the price of GameStop can keep on increasing, whereby these hedge fund guys have to pay more money to buy back the stocks. The only difference is it's not $10 we're talking about, but billions of dollars. So I hope that explains it even better. And if I did a good job, please make sure you've smashed the like button and subscribe to the channel. So going back to my portfolio. So 2 weeks ago, I was talking to a friend of mine who thought you need a lot of money to begin investing. One thing I can tell you is it doesn't matter how much you are beginning with. You can begin with $50, you can begin with $100 a month until you get a feel of how the stock market works. So when it comes to your investment strategy, building your portfolio the right way is half the battle. I also know a lot of you who are watching GameStop going up over 1,000%, and it makes you feel like you missed out. But you have to understand that it's close to impossible to invest in all stocks. And no one knows which stock is going to be up or down. Plus, even if you know which stock is going to be up, you need to have the money on hand. I mean, if you have $1,000 to invest into the stock market because it's going to go up by 100%, I mean, yes, okay, that's good money, but is that going to change your life? At the same time, you have to ask yourself a question. Can you sustain that kind of gains? At the end of the day, you still need a strategy. And I feel like I'm talking too much, so let's jump into the video. But before we do that, can you please smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit all those notifications so you'll always be notified every time I drop a video. Now that you are done, let's get into the portfolio. So taking a look at my Robinhood portfolio, you can see currently sitting at $16,786.32. I'm down by 1.82% today, which is $310.08. If you take a look in the last 1 week, I'm down by $70.84. Like I said, I've been losing money throughout this whole week. You know what? I'm not gonna say I've been losing money. I'm not actually losing. You only lose when you sell. My stocks have been not performing well in the last 1 week. In the last 1 month, I'm up by $82.90. So this is the tricky part right here. In the last 3 months, it's going to show you that I'm down by $10,415.15. But actually, that's not true. The reason why it's showing you this is because I withdrew beginning of this year. I withdrew $15,000 from this account. And that's why it shows like I'm in the negative, but I'm not. Same thing in the past 1 year, it says I'm down by $10,930.52, which is the same thing the whole time. I'm down by over $9,787. I don't know how to explain that, but I took money from this account. I took $15,000 at the beginning of this year. So that has nothing to do with how my portfolio is performing. Like, if you just look at it. As far as dividends, I want to say this is the month I've paid the lowest amount, because if you take a look at the past payments I've received, they have all been at least above 70. But this month I didn't make that much money, which is okay. Like I said, this is just a beginning. I'm doing this for a long time. So going back to the dividends, I have to scroll down all the way from the beginning. So going back on the 6th, I made $12.56 from Iron Mountain. Then I made $4.58 from my agency. I made $2.39 from Realty Income. I made $2.83 from Cisco. I made $14.96 from New Residential Investment, $1.51 from Long-Term Care Property, $3.08 from SPHD. So yeah, you can see I only how many payments did I get this time? Because last month I made 17 payments. This time around, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Only 7. That's actually less than half of what I made last month. But like I said, I'm not so concerned about this. To me, I look at this in the long term. And for those of you who are investing for long term, shouldn't be worried about what's happening to the stock market right now. Some people made money. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I have friends of mine who made $5,000 in 1 day. I mean, that is good money, but at the same time, it's not going to change your life. The question is, can you sustain it? Can you sustain getting $5,000 every single day? That's impossible. You have to have a strategy. I mean, some people jumped on the bandwagon when they saw the stock market skyrocket, and then they lost money. I mean, they won't show you when they're losing money. They only show you when they're gaining money. Like I told you at the beginning, I'm as transparent as possible. If I'm losing money, I'll tell you I'm losing money. If I'm making wins, I'm going to tell you my gains. All I care about is for everyone to join this journey. But you have to do it the right way. Anyway, so yeah, so like I said, I didn't make that much this month. The stock market has not been performing that well. Hopefully it will be better next month. So in this account, I'm holding 29 different stocks. Like I said, most of them are dividend paying stocks. I think I only have like 4 stocks that don't pay dividends. I'm not going to go through each stock because that would take forever. But maybe next time I'll try to break them down. Why did I pick these stocks, and what's my strategy for holding them, and when am I going to sell, if I'm to ever sell them. Anyway, let's jump into my Vanguard account.
So jumping into my Vanguard account, I have 3 different accounts under this brokerage. I have the brokerage account, then I have the traditional IRA account, then I have the Roth IRA account. So taking a look at my brokerage account, you can see sitting at $14,866.93. Under my traditional brokerage account, it is sitting at $4,068. Then my Roth IRA account is sitting at $600. So if we go ahead and open up what's under my brokerage account, so under this account I only have ETFs, and I have 4 ETFs as of now. I have the Vanguard Growth ETF, I have the Vanguard SP500 ETF, I have the Vanguard Total International Stock Market ETF, then I have the Vanguard Total Stock Market ETF. So what this brokerage, one of the things that it offers that Robinhood doesn't offer is showing you the expense ratio. You have to be careful with the expense ratio, because the higher it is, the more it's going to eat into your profits. Right now you won't see it, but as your account grows, you'll start seeing it. This is the quantity, that's the number of shares I'm holding, the price as of the 29th when the market closed. Here are the changes. You can see everything is in red. Like I said, everything has been affected thanks to GameStop, which has been going crazy with this price. And this is the current balance under my holdings. So we can take a look at my traditional IRA, which is sitting at $4,068. Here I only have the Vanguard 500 Index Mutual Fund. I have 11.8 shares as of now. Like I said, everything has been affected. You can see it's in red. The other thing that this brokerage account offers, it offers mutual funds. You can't get mutual funds with Robinhood. But you have to understand, mutual funds, to get into, even to buy one, you have to have a minimum of $3,000. And I think that's why people, actually, you know what? It's actually a good idea if you don't have $3,000 to invest in ETFs, because ETFs do the same thing. The only difference is ETFs are treated like stocks. Oh, the other account is the Roth IRA. So this is my last account. I haven't decided, am I going to invest in the SP500 or the Vanguard Total Stock Mutual Fund? Like I said, you need $3,000 to open up these accounts. Since I don't have the $3,000 yet, I'm putting the money under what we call the Vanguard Federal Money Market Fund. So once I come up with the $3,000, I'm going to move the money from here. And then by that time, I'm thinking by March, I should have this money together, and I'll go ahead and buy the in a fund of my choice. So yeah, that's it. I'm not going to go ahead in details as far as my gains and losses, because I'm limited with time, and I feel like this video is taking forever. But next time I'll try to break it down so I can show you more of what Vanguard has to offer as far as your investing journey and the material that you may need to get going.
So that was it for this month. Hopefully that can inspire someone to begin the journey. What has helped me to get where I am right now is consistency. Because even when I have stuff that happens throughout the year, I've constantly tried to pay myself first. Now, back in the day, buying a house was the American dream. Now it's becoming an investor. Guys, don't be left behind because the train is moving and it's not going to wait for you. So my next move is going to be opening up a Roth IRA, but since it costs around $3,000 to begin investing, I'm going to put $500 each month in what we call money market until I can raise up to $3,000 to get started. And for those of you who don't know what money market is, this is where you can keep your money until you decide how to use it. It earns you around 0.5 interest, which is better than what your savings account is going to give you. So I'm not moving the money here for the interest, but it's meant to keep it here instead of having to withdraw it from my bank and having to wait for it to settle. When it comes to this market volatility, one piece of advice I can give you is that it's wise to understand the way stock market works and bonds function, so you can confidently decide what information is worth your time and attention and what is distracting noise. Anyway, I feel like this was a very long video, so I'm going to end it here. Please smash the like button, subscribe to the channel. See you in my next video.